Okay, let's continue our review of the syllabus, moving down from the contact information in the email information. Its purpose of the course and the objectives of the course, I'll let you read those. I think management is a skill that anybody should have, should learn about, be aware of. Even if you don't ever intend to be a manager, it makes you a better, what we call follower or employee, because you understand the importance of what your leaders, your managers are trying to do. And that gives you a leg up on your fellow employees, frankly. So this is an online class. It's very important that we talk about attendance. For this class, the attendance week starts Mondays at 12:05 a.m., that's just after midnight, through Sunday at 11:59 p.m. To be in attendance for this class, you're required to log in and post on the discussion board at a minimum of 2 separate days during the class week to be considered in attendance. Now that means you got to come in and talk with a classmate or classmates and submit something called an ER, which I'll describe a little later on. Getting into the Blackboard site to answer my discussion questions, which will start that process, and to do the quiz, and there pretty much is a quiz every week, those don't count. That's just part of the minimum to be in the class. You're free to log in as many times as you want during the week, but a minimum of 2 times to answer students' posts or respond to student posts and to post your ER. Those are the only events that count towards your participation. Now, if you fail to do so, you will be considered absent, and your grade in participation will likely be reduced because it's based on you doing these things. And after the third absence for the course, you may be dropped from the class, even if they're not consecutive absences. So please, whatever you need to do to set up a particular file in your system, note on your screen, whatever, make sure you're checking in twice a week to respond to your fellow classmates' posts and to put your ER in. Again, I'll discuss that in a little bit. Now, as for myself, I'll be online at least 3 days a week, of which one of those will be a weekend. I also will make every effort to respond to your questions within 48 hours. I have other duties here at the college, and sometimes I get taken away for a day or two and can't respond as fast as I'd like to. So just be aware of that. And but I am responsive. You can always call me. You can always send a refresh email. I don't get upset with that. I understand. One last point for this video, the electronic submission is student responsibility. I'm kind of an old-fashioned guy, as you might tell. I come from the business world. I spent 35 to 40 years in industry in large corporations around traveling around the world, living around the country. I was weaned on Microsoft. So I do not take Apple files or Google Docs. If you create things in Apple files or Google Docs, please translate them to a Microsoft format so I can work with them. So I'm looking for files that are .doc, .docx, and I will also take PDF files. So just be aware of that. Now, you're responsible for making sure whatever electronic tool you are using, whether it be a cell phone, an iPad, a laptop, or a desktop, it's your responsibility to make sure that your software and your browser and your capabilities are compatible with the college's. Quite often I'll get a student who says, hey, look, I swore I sent it. Well, we have mechanisms within Blackboard we can tell if anything's been sent. Or sometimes I might get a file that I can't open because it's in a Macintosh file extension, which I can't handle. Okay. So it's your responsibility to make sure that you can get these documents to me in the time frame that they're due and in the format that I require them in. If you have any difficulties at all, the IT department at the college has a student help desk. You can call in there and they'd be glad to help you. Also, Blackboard has been known to go down from time to time. Sometimes it can go down for an hour. Sometimes it can go down for days. If it goes down by an hour or so, just before the due date expires and you can't get in, that is not grounds for an extension. And the reason I say that is for all of your assignments, I give you at least a week to do them. So if you waited until the last minute to do them, then I really can't help you with that. You need maybe to do a little better planning throughout the week. And I'll talk more about that later.